Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. Peace and power to the people that struggle. Peace and power to the people that struggle. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, please know that this is a safe space. That this is a space for learning and getting learned up. This is a space for educating and being educated. This is a space for conversation, comments and concerns, questions and answers, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. This is your space, a space of love, hell, of right, justice, masters, queens, and kings. This is a space of integrity, of love, a space where we are working on a united path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Green screens, hashtags, apps that cash, pals that pay, grams with money, unions that are Western, Morse code, whatever you gotta do, send a kite, all that's a kite, charity. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you got the cuffs, the metal bracelets up on you. Go, officer, no. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until they escorting you up out of corporate. Get your ass. Your services is no longer needed here. Don't wait until it's too late. Book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, please, with all seriousness, book an assessment. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, book an assessment. Excuse me. Yeah. Stop acting up. Stop getting caught on video. Okay? Stop acting up in front of the kids. Stop having those crazy cousin YNs looking for you. If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse consultation and counseling, please book an assessment. Learn the warning signs, the behaviors that should alarm you, characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness. She sure is acting a little strange. She sure got that pot of grits on for a long time. What he doing with that umbrella? It's sunny out. Remember, characters and characteristics. Listen, okay? Conversation, events, people, places. Okay? That should heighten your awareness. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving. What's going on? How you do? How you do? Yeah, it's that time. Class time. And some people we got to tag tonight. Yes. Let's get the tagging in. Safaree. Tag Safaree. If you're a yard man, them, tag Safaree. What's going on? What's going on with the Grippergate antics? You think Vibes, just because he just coming home, got a little sweet while he was up in there? Tag Safaree. Yeah, we need some We need to hear some explaining for that behavior. Tag him. Somebody tag Quaydarius Davis. Sir, you need an adjustment. Damn, an assessment. You need an adjustment. So somebody tag Quaydarius Davis. Tell him to come to class. Yeah, you got to come to class. Somebody tag Sonia McKnight. Damn it, girl. Oh, it wasn't looking good. Like we said in class before. So tag her. Yeah, tag the good old judge. Tag her. Tell her to come to class. And while we at it, black women, again, tag yourselves. Tag your cousins, your nieces, your sisters. Yeah, your bestie. Tag them, tell them to come to class. We got to revisit. We got to revisit body image again. Tragedy. So tag the Miller family. Of Nevada. Yeah. Kiera Barnes. Tag them. Tag them. Okay? This is something that, damn, we definitely didn't want to report. And while y'all had to tag each other, damn it, it's Saturday night. I know some of y'all done smoked your little tweeds already, got your little, your little hit me in the little cup, yeah. And some of y'all just really outrageous, so turn that bottle. Yeah, put the cap on it, twist it, put it to the side, damn it, pay attention. Yeah. Yeah, I know you like that night train and that wild Irish rose, but put that shit to the side, okay? You ain't gonna be drinking up in this class here. Let's see who's up in here first in class. Ooh, Tyrone, brother, today, the backyard to get his first in class. Damn. Damn, the backyard again. Get out of here. Kenny's on holy grail in second, and Moo is coming up in third. Yeah. Ken Williams, what's going on? Tierra, what up, T? The youngin' is in the building. Jersey. Rick Gatlin. Ooh, uh-oh. Shan, what up, Shan? Okay. Yeah, Bernie. What up, Bernie? Cool K King, y'all. He think he's a chef. Let me find out. Stop playing. Yeah, Corey Grant up on the late night. What up? C Blades, my sniper. Philly Threats. What up, Chris? We see you. Merklow. What up? Brown Girl. Professor Dreyer. What up? Boston Beantown. What up? We see you. Rick Gatlin. Uh-oh. Block Monster. What up? Terrell. What up, Terrell? Dustfro Geechee. Mac J. St. Louis. We see you. Yeah, GB. What up? Mahogany Full Brownsville. In the building. Lovely lady, what up? Yeah, we see you. Hood Center highlights. What's going on? Yeah, Uptown Dre, we see you. What up, Philip Boo? Hakim, peace and power. Michael Hayes. Okay. Cookie, we see you. What's going on? Ronald Tucson, 55. Ronald Tucson. Yeah. WMH radio show. What up, Jeff Sparks? What up? What? Who is that? Get on up out of here, Quentin. Unpopping opinions. What up? Yeah. Yeah, we got that. What up? Byron, what's going on? Florida's in the spot. Neef Buck, what up? Who? CeeLo from Vicksburg, Mississippi. The Bible Belt? You sure you in the right class? Deborah, what's going on, Deb? We see you. Yeah. Man, let's get to George Johnson. George Johnson be hurrying the class. He's scooting up all fast, getting up in there. Yeah, because we get ready to get started, Jack. Who we going to start with, y'all? Huh? Who we going to start with, y'all? Huh? Yeah. Talk about it. Talk about it. You still grieving? Dave from Daylight? Man. Listen, Dave been going a little minute now. Put on stakes as high and keep it moving. Come on now. Shh. Yeah. We done lost a few before him and a few after him. We got to come on. That's what we do. We're in war. Pick it up and keep it moving. I think for class sake, okay? For class sake, we have to deal with this football player, Quaydarius. First of all, your mama named you wrong. Papa named you something. I don't know what's with the Quay, the Quas, and all that other connecting. Man, listen, Kentavious and Contavis and all this weirdness. Get it? They don't want to be Chads and Stevens and all type of other name. But this, nah, them names be doing something to the mental. I'm sorry. And I keep it a buck. I'm trying. What's the name meaning? For real. But we gotta go there because we dealing with DV on a regular basis. And as I said in previous classes, DV has been up a notch. Where it was one time we would notice, our women in the hood tinted up, with a pair of tints on, Gucci tints or Yves Saint Laurent tints, and pull them tints down. You see a little eye jammy or something, like, damn, shorty, we going through it. Or you may hear a little something in the projects, down the hallway. You may even see them while out in the park or something. Somebody, yo, homie, what you doing? Right? You'll see the little fisticuffs and all that, and know that she might be going through it. But nowadays, on both ends, it's getting very, very, very specific and is becoming fatal. So if there's somebody who is already on record and has a pattern of this, yo, nah. First of all, if you're new to this class and haven't been in here, you already know how I feel. In order to prevent violence against women, the penalties for those crimes have to be raised. Have to be. That is the only way we're going to get some type of grip on what's going on. But on the same token, if it's something that's false, there should be higher penalties for that as well. Okay? No one should be putting their hands on no one. Definitely not in a domestic situation. Hey, Nina, we see you up in the building. What's going on? You dig? However, crimes against women, especially scrapes and DVs, the charges need to be upgraded. Now, I'm not saying that is going to stop it, but it definitely, okay, would give people a little hesitation, a little bit. Now, we know that in recent cases, it wouldn't have mattered how much time because we see what the end result is. And we also see that when it comes to people being prosecuted for the end result, and it's been fatal, most of these individuals shrugging their shoulders in court, it's up here. They're already gone. You understand? But this here, with this specific case that we're watching go viral now, this could have been prevented. This could have been nipped in the bud. Because one, he's a young man. And he's a young man that has started early on. Okay? So, let's get to it. Okay? Let's get to it. College football player Quaydarius Davis was caught on a doorbell camera strangling his girlfriend. What is her name? Jayuna? That's how we say that, y'all. That's how we pronounce that. Ja or J? Jayuna or Jayuna Monet. After she broke up with him. After she broke up with him. The video recorded at an apartment complex shows the Florida A&M wide receiver choking Monet until she lost consciousness. Like he literally put her to sleep. Put her to sleep. Like we used to do the old phase on 42nd Street or Wall Street. Choked her out. Now, again, people always put trigger warnings on these videos, right? The triggering part, even before the choke out, was the fact that she was screaming, nobody came to assistance, that she was actually kicking and pushing and making an attempt to get away from this individual who, as you can see, is a college football player, a collegiate athlete, strong, used to handling men his size and greater, and has been that. So you know he's physically fit, in shape, and here he is overpowering a young lady. I immediately, when nobody heard her screams, knew that element of fear. I've heard it before, I've seen it. When somebody is in that position and is not receiving any type of help, it's terrifying. It's terrifying. And I said, I would never in 1,000 years wish for my daughter to be in that position, to wish for my sister to be in that position, or niece, or for women, our women, to be in that position by our own hands. Come on, that in itself is a sin. Our hands, this is not her fighting off an old faith. This is not her fighting off a stranger. Okay? She's being terrorized by a black man, a melanated man. The impact of that on camera going viral in this age, in 2025, where we have already decades of deep-rooted splits, deep-rooted issues between us, is what's extra triggering for me. We really, really don't need that in this day and time. However, it's here. It's here. It's in our face. It's right in our face. And he was relentless. He would not stop until he choked her out. Again, this is the reason that they're giving after she broke up with him. Now, he said after recovering from this assault, she went on Twitter. She went on Twitter and put this out. I'm okay. My downstairs neighbors got cameras. My upstairs neighbors got cameras pointed directly towards my door. Everything is captured. I called the police. My neighbors called the police. I will be pressing charges. And no, I am not going back. I'm the one who initiated the breakup because so many red flags were occurring. So this is letting us know that she was in a very, very conscious space when it came to what she says is a relationship. Now, however, whatever red flags she saw, the question is, did she tell anyone? See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying book assessments, because there are people who can help you. There's a specific way to work and move and survive this situation. Did she notify anyone? Because she didn't have to survive this incident. Like I said, he's a large dude, put her to sleep. Put her to sleep. So I'm asking, where was the parents? I already told you. We have to learn how to grow these children up before they can be in these adult situations, as far as relationship, as far as living with, as far as we're not. We are so far removed from that, though it has become a standard practice. It has. I don't know how many years. That's another bill. We're not going to go into that. But it's been standard. Remember, when we were speaking on James Brown and Sam Cooke and them and Tammy Terrell, she was 16, getting abused, beat on. You understand? What was the expectation? The parents was allowing that. You understand? We allow it. I don't. You ain't claiming nothing and nobody claiming you. I wouldn't give a damn until there is space, until there is room, until there is some type of parental communication and community involvement to that degree. Because yeah, it's not even a emotional, it's not even a rage, it's not even an anger. Put hands on that. You out of here. It's not anger. It's a very rational decision. Very rational. Because as you see, these abusers are built. These abusers are raised up. These abusers are ignored. So at that point, there's no talking. You feel justified in your actions. Nah, you out of here. You out of here. With all expert technique. You out of here. Definitely. Because we have to have zero tolerance for it. Zero tolerance for it. We've become very tolerant because of what we think upstairs. That's a conditioning when you ignore domestic violence on either side. Whether it's women on men, men on women. We have been conditioned to shrug our shoulders and to give excuse for it. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. This is something that we've been conditioned to excuse, to allow as a pattern of behavior. Just like a whole bunch of other things. It is a deep-rooted symptom of our oppression. The lack of love, the lack of care and responsibility for one another. Definitely in intimate situations. It's unheard of. We will never win like that. So when you're watching this video and you're looking at it, wherever you may sit in the terms of understanding it, wherever you sit in it, you need to know something else. Check this out. March 26, 2021, Kansas football is parting ways with four-star wide receiver Quaydarius Davis after he was accused on social media Thursday of violence against a woman. This was 2021. Yesterday, after the allegations referencing a football recruit were brought to our attention, we immediately contacted individuals with knowledge on the matter to try and learn more about what happened. KU Athletics released in a statement. Based on the information we were able to gather, KU football has terminated the recruitment of this individual and communicated to him that he will no longer be recruited to play football at the University of Kansas. So this is something that was in him already. This is when he was being recruited. This is when he was a boy, 17, 18. Already in a space where he's showing that he's violent towards women. While we do not know the full details of what occurred in this instance, we were able to learn enough information to decide that it is in the best interest of Kansas football that we separate from this individual. So they didn't even want him after the allegations and the information that they received back then. However, where was there any talk of intervention? So in the future, there is prevention. Allow him to continue to play football. You went from one spot and ended up in another spot. Okay? Now, yeah, this is wild now. It's wild. Okay? Quaydarius Davis, 18, is charged with assault, causes bodily injury, family violence, a misdemeanor in Texas. Davis's attorney told the press late Monday night that the player will not plead guilty. According to previous court filings on July 1st, Davis had planned to plead guilty to the charge in Dallas County Criminal Court, but he no longer is going to do it. So they worked out whatever they worked out, and he was able to go off to play for another college, and now this is what happens. Now we're watching him choke a woman out, choke a young girl out. 18 in 2021, okay? In 2021, he was 18. What is this, 2025, right? 4 more years. So now, instead of just the bodily harm, now we watching him on video put a girl asleep. This was kind of domestic violence. And while her body went limp, he could have broke her damn windpipe. He could have broke her damn neck. And then we could have literally been having a funeral for this young girl. So, understand it. When you are looking at your daughters or the young girls in your family, you need to be mindful that when they are of a certain age and things seem to be moving distant from you as far as the conversations and the whereabouts and how they interact with each other, you need to have discussions and see what's going on. Make sure that they're not in a space where they are feeling scared or threatened, or even in a space where they're getting hit. I keep telling you that when you get an assessment for DV and you begin to get sessions, you are going to become aware of all of the different levels of DV, right? Domestic violence, the abuse, and batterers. People don't even know that there's a difference between a domestic abuser and a batterer. You understand? You have to speak to young women and have to speak to young men as well to make sure that they're not abusers and batterers. You can have one of these little bastards in your house. Talk to them about ideas and thoughts about the opposite sex and like figure out where they at with it. You can't just, believe that you can have a hands-off approach because somebody is getting older. They got some years under the belt and you want to fall back, and then, when one of them ends up in this trouble and another one ends up in the hospital, you sitting there looking silly in the face. And it's happening too much. Too much. There's conversations that need to be had when you see them listening to certain music. When you see them wearing specific clothing and they little first jobs and stuff. Yo, we are allowing young people to move in the space of adulthood based on age alone. And it doesn't work like that. Again, I've seen grown-ass women with careers get caught up in a cycle of DV, getting battered, and they don't even know how they got in that space at all. Because if you are not somebody, and that goes for all of us, men, women, if you're not in a space where you have seen that on a regular basis, where you have witnessed it on a regular basis, where, the experience or the lack of will cause you to get caught up. It cause you to get caught up. And now you're trying to figure a way out. Like, how do I get up out of this? Like what is this? Nobody never hit me upside my head. You understand? It does something. That trauma, it does something to you, and you start to question yourself, and you start to blame yourself, and the embarrassment of it. Yo, the longer you in it, the harder it is to get up out of it. But there are signs where you can recognize, like she said, it was red flags. He might have said something, the energy she felt. She's like, oh, you know what? I'm up out of here. It gets, man, and it's not, I'm telling you, it's not that simple if the trap has already been laid, if the setting where they have so much control over this individual. Listen, I'm just encouraging people, if you don't know what it is, just take a few sessions for yourself so you can find out what it is when you see it. Because abusers are slick. They're very subtle. Very subtle. Unless you just got a beast and you just can read it. You can see it. You're like, okay, no, I ain't messing with this. This dude is out of control. All right? All right? So we got to work on the preventive piece. We have to. We have to. Because it didn't have to end that way for that young woman. We see, I don't know the particulars of the young woman in the Walmart, and come to find out, you know, my daughter knows her and says that I was around this young woman, this 19-year-old, where co-worker comes to her home and kicks her door down. And okay, that's violence. That's intimate relationship. Whether it was they were co-workers who had an incident, it's just a lot. It's a lot. People don't know how to communicate, and social etiquette is out of here. It just is. I'm talking about the 45 and up, the 50 and up. When we came up, there were specific ways that we dealt with each other socially in some type of etiquette. Doesn't exist no more. It is so rare that it is non-existent. So when people are having these, it's not even altercations, misunderstandings, they're so sensitive because their emotions are all over the place, their mentals are all over the place. They may be smoked out, drugged out, pilled out, that everything is, I'm taking you out, and then I'm taking me out. You dig? Come on now. Come on now. So I want y'all to understand that here, in this space, social etiquette is off. It's off. So your job, okay, make it home with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. You know it is. So it is your task to move out the way, to not expect the treatment that you may have gotten in the past when you came up. It's not there like that no more. It just isn't. Doesn't excuse them for what they're doing. It is what it is. So we have to be better. We have to be the protectors of us. Okay, so Shorty made it out. And we, again, are looking for some type of punishment to come from this. I mean, he may need to sit down. He may need a little bit to get around Fleece Johnson and them. He may need a little bit to be seeing Bernard and them, to get an understanding and keep your hands to yourself. Yeah. Yeah. You could be a big, tough football player running around choking girls out if you want. But yeah, you become the little girl real quick behind them walls. Or maybe, yeah. Maybe it's time for them to get a little numbers behind them. You know? Either that or some relative need to see him. Either or. But that behavior, nah. Nah, son, we not doing that. We not even gonna let you run around and believe that that is okay. Did she break up with you? Really? Really? Shh. Nah, son. We gonna break up with you real quick. Yeah. Yeah, we gonna break up with you. You might break up with a lot. Yeah. That's for real, for real. No, nah, you can't. Nah. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Where's the men in your family? Where's the men in your community? That's how y'all giving it up? Who's okay with that? You got a lot of dudes that think, yeah, y'all be surprised. I got a lot of men who may believe that that's okay. Yeah. See, like I always say, every class, know your enemy. Know your enemy. Listen, hood. Family may not know until they see the vid. But again, like she said, it was red flags, and she thought that it was best to break up. She might have told him, yo, it's over, I'm out. Which is wrong. It's just wrong. Stop telling people what you think. Stop telling people what you feel. Red flag, or I'm out. That's it, just boogie, bounce. Block all numbers, block all contact, block all email, all that. Gone. Get ghost for real. That's the slang. Oh, I ghosted them. I ghosted this one. You don't ghost this one? No, I'm serious. I'm asking. People put a lot of ego into things. When you're a soldier, when you're moving militant and stealthily, you close the door quick. You ain't got time to be explaining, you did me wrong, or I see a red flag, or I'm out. Disappear, gone, vamoose, gone. Because if you see something that's not healthy, if you're in a space that's not healthy, you don't have to alert anybody. Gone, out of here. That's it. Done. Oh, word? Oh, he a little off. Oh. Damn, he sure is enraged. That's how you speak? That's your communication? That's your language? I'm not with that. Gone. That's it. That's it. Now, however, I don't know the full scope of that situation. I don't know. I don't know if she was living there with him. Again, abusers are slick. They're subtle. They get you away from family, away from friends, away from eyesight of anybody who may intervene. Excuse me. That's just one of the characteristics. So we don't know. We can't make those assumptions. But what I do know is that you don't ever have to tell anybody nothing. Stop talking so much. you know that something is not good for you, be out. Simple as that. Be gone. Move. Leave. And that's with anything. That's with anything. But again, because we have been raised in areas where we don't love ourselves, have no ownership of ourselves, you fit in a pocket where you begin to believe that you always have to explain yourself. Oh, I did this because. I'm leaving because, and all that shit. And I walks off jobs without saying shit. Fuck a 2-week notice, a last check, fuck all that. What? This is what? No, I'm out. They'll figure the shit out when you don't come back. So be mindful. And again, I'm always saying, if you don't understand DV, or you're in a situation, or somebody you know is in a situation, book this assessment. Serious. Learn the warning signs. Look, listen to see, man, even if you are in that space, you may be viewed as an abuser. You don't know. Okay? All right? So we're going from that to this other domestic violence case that we covered a few months ago. Yeah, a few months ago. This time it's somebody who really wouldn't be expected to be the abuser. Somebody who has all the credentials, who has the title. Yeah. Old judge. Y'all remember that judge? Old judge? Yeah. Sonia McKnight? Yeah. Got the clapping. Yeah. Well, she got convicted, y'all. Yeah, they convicted her ass. She is guilty. Yeah, guilty. And woe is her grippers. Ooh, wee. Yeah. Yeah. Not only has she been convicted, she's still a judge, y'all. Yeah, she's still a judge. Still got the title. And that's the question. When are they going to take that title away from her? Now that she's been convicted? Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, we got to go back to this case. This is a case of a judge who was on some bullshit and clapped her boyfriend while he was asleep. Took out the hammer, pow, and hit him while he was asleep. Now, when you look at it, she got on all of the tools that one would believe is somebody who is prestigious. Yeah. Upright in society. She knew throwing her little wares, her little specs was always right, little hair done. Here come the judge. Ooh, here come the judge. But the judge had a lot of bullshit with her. So I'll be telling y'all about that higher education, about them degrees, about them oaths and alliances, yeah, about them societies, those social orders. And you believing that that shit means something. Shit don't mean nothing. That does not give you a good read on somebody's values and principles, what they stand on. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's check this out. Okay. Sonia McKnight had already been on paid leave since November 2023, 3 months before the clapping, for allegations that she had violated rules of judges before. So again, somebody who's already had a record for being less than upstanding, though they had the position. She was already on paid leave. Okay, let's go through the allegations. This is before she even clapped the homie while he was sleeping. Okay, the allegations include failing to failing to recuse herself in cases when she should have, not showing up for night court duties early in 2023, which forced other judges to cover for her, and for soliciting a product on her Facebook page that identified her as a judge. She was already in hot water. The board also accused McKnight of telling her office manager not to file or docket a civil complaint that had been received at her office against her by a former employee who says she did not repay a personal loan of more than $2,000. This is how I get it. This is how grimy. But she don't look it, right? Because this is the image. The judge, the suits, the specs. Yeah, you see that, right? Yeah. You see that, right? Yeah. It marked the second time she had been suspended for ethical violations. So if she's being suspended for ethical violations as a judge, let's continue now, because homie thought he had a come up. Had to. In the first case, McKnight was accused of using her position as a judge to interfere when Harrisburg police officers were arresting her son. She was acquitted in criminal court, but the Court of Judicial Conduct wrote that McKnight's conduct eroded respect for the judiciary and was committed to advance her own interest or that of her family. So now, if a homie don't know that, he ran up on her, and yeah, she's a judge. Y'all done bagged me a judge, y'all. Yeah. However, homie almost didn't make it. Yeah, she clapped him in his sleep. Now, this is how domestic violence works. She clapped him in his sleep. Listen, the testimony was part of the case for attempted murder and aggravated assault against magisterial. She was a magistrate district judge, who they said, get this, she clapped him and seriously injured her ex-boyfriend amid a breakup. You see that? What is his name? Quaydarius Davis choked out this young girl, somebody's daughter, because she was breaking up with him. Here go this judge. I told you, it doesn't discriminate. DV don't discriminate. This big old burly man choked out a young black girl. Here go a judge, female, black woman, clapped this man while he was asleep amid a breakup. Okay? Amid a breakup. J Boogie, salute, much appreciation for the super chat. Cumberland County District Attorney, who was prosecuting the case to avoid a conflict of interest for other agencies, told the jurors that McKnight had gotten into an argument with her ex, became distrustful of him, and aggressively contacted his female relatives and co-workers on his cell phone the weekend before she clapped him. Okay? The boyfriend had intended to tell Sonia McKnight to move out of his house. Oh, so you're serious, was the last thing the boyfriend heard from McKnight before going to bed and eventually waking up with excruciating pain from a gunshot. Oh, so you serious? This is a judge. Took it to the street. Oh, you serious? And while he was asleep, bang! Domestic, intimate relationship. This is what I'm talking about. That when you're in these spaces, you're vulnerable. I tell y'all all the time, be mindful of what you have in your head on who you think is an ideal person. Who you think, oh, that's my person. This is my match. This is, and all that romantic and all this old weirdness. You will get hurt if you are not, and I'm talking about are not, an excellent judge of yourself and others' behaviors, characters. Because you asked out, literally, you asked out when you're in bed with somebody, when you're in somebody else's home or they in your home. What are the warning signs? For real. This is a whole judge now, moved in a homie house. Homie seen something, was like, yo, hold up. You got the roll. Oh, you serious? Backed out, clapped him in his sleep? Listen. Let's continue. A jury on Wednesday found her guilty of attempted unalive and aggravated assault for clapping her ex-boyfriend in the head in February 2024 after he repeatedly told her to move out of his home. Now, check this out. It was the second time she had clapped a former romantic partner. She shot her ex-husband in the groin in 2019. The state attorney general office decided not to file charges, saying she acted in self-defense. Oh, Sonya be busting that hammer. Now, I don't know what is really good with the old judge. Something going on. Something not right up here. You get what I'm saying? Crazy, right? And this new fella that she was dealing with, she wasn't even dealing with him a year, right? The DA said that McKnight was upset after McCoy broke up with her. After McKnight's trust issues and jealousy frayed their nearly year-long relationship. So, trust issues. Is somebody you've only been involved with less than a year. So, I mean, as soon as you tap Sonya McKnight, as soon as you tap them grippers, you in. That's how she feel. You in. I got that. You mine. And you better not look at no damn body else. Remember? Remember when Vivica was on The Fresh Prince with Will Smith? Remember that? Remember how she was cutting up? Soon as. And y'all think it's play, it's act. See? Nah. How caught up can you be? No, serious. In less than a year? You getting a hammer? You clapping dudes while they sleep? Come on, man. Clap the ex-husband too? Nah, Sonya, nah, you gotta sit down. Nah, Sonya, you gotta go sit down, Your Honor. The judge being judged. You got to go sit down. Something wrong. Yeah. So, homie didn't know what happened to her ex, obviously. Couldn't have. You clapped your ex. Was that a conversation? No, I'm serious. I guarantee you she didn't disclose that. I guarantee you that's information that she taking loans from people. Sonya's a mess. But she a judge. Because she follows white folk institutions. She's able to code switch. She's able to test well. She's able to retain information. But she a mess. Shanita, what's up, Shanita? She thinks she knows the law and is protected and has a screw loose? How do you tell a man? He tried to offer himself. Yes, that's what she did say. Yeah, he told the police that too. Oh, he tried to clap himself. Yeah, told homie that. He woke up with his head hurting like, She said, man, why you do that to yourself? What did I do? Homie head hurting. He probably thought he fell out the damn bed. Nah, homie, she clapped you. I'm telling y'all. And they out there. But what's the signs? She calling family members. She calling co-workers. Homie, is she in your crib? Nah, you got to call authority. Listen. You have to do what you have to do to get up out of that situation. But see how tight it is? See what happened? Homie brought her in the crib. Why you got her in your house? In under a year. Why? Yeah, Monster, she told me. Listen, go back. Go on to YouTube, search, put my name in. We did a class on her. Yeah, we did a class on her when they first locked her ass up for it. Yeah. Yeah, we did. Now she convicted. Yeah, now we convict. She's convicted. They raised her bail. But I think she's still out. I'm not sure. I know they raised the bail. Okay? Yeah. Exactly. He thought he had the bag. Oh, she a judge. She coming through with the specs, the outfits. Oh, word. Yeah, I got the judge. Don't know she borrowing money from people, doing all type of weirdness. She done clapped the last dude, probably clapped a few, or clapped at a few others in between. Hit that box. She like this. Oh, and you got a lot of them that's like that. I'm telling you dudes right now. You tapped the wrong one, and you in. Women too. Let y'all ladies know too. You can't give everybody a little bit of that tail. and they get full. They get full real quick. Okay? Jay Jacks, what's going on? Yeah. So now she got convicted and she's facing a lot of time. So for me, like I always tell y'all, when we of a certain age, when you pass 50, 55, you can't do no 10 years, 20 years, and you a wrap. That's it. Now you can start that if you in your 30s and you get 20. Yeah, you might could do that. Yeah, you might could make it out. But when you 50, 55 and all, she aged already. Look at the thumbnail. Yeah, that trial and shit, that should wear your ass out. Especially when you used to having that. When they suspended her, she was still getting paid. She convicted now. That's it. That's it. That's it. So, like I keep telling y'all, domestic violence, intimate relationship violence, it's on the rise. It goes both ways. Told you, right down at the end of the block. And this was right in the mix of COVID. Neighbor, she offed her husband, blew his chest off. I'm telling you, people are off. And when you hear it, you see it, you know, don't try to tough it out because you don't know what's going on up here. You don't. All like, he ain't talking that. All right. Oh, she won't do nothing. Man, listen. We in a space now where we have to believe people. We not even playing. Don't even play. We not playing. We not arguing back and forth and all that. No. You said what? Okay. It's a ticket for me to get up out of here. Yeah, I'm gone. I'm not going to test your gangster. Trust. Especially with somebody you're supposed to be intimate with. What part of love is that? No, for real. You hit me in my damn head? That's love? You pulling knives and throwing water and all? No. We're not doing that. No. We arguing and fight. Nah. That's somebody showing you who they are. That they respond and they choose violence to somebody that they're supposed to be loving. If you dealing with somebody, if you in a relation, if, you know, you intimate, you love it, and then in the next little bit, you could bust me in my head with something? No. You're a little off. But people have been taught to take that. Nah, you don't take that. No, you don't take disrespect. No more, that's over. That's a wrap. We don't relinquish authority to anyone. That's a wrap. And you defend yourself at all costs. Women or men. Nobody's supposed to be putting their hands on you. You crazy? No. We don't do that. Okay? We don't do that. So if you're not unsure, again, if you're unsure of what it is, because I told you before, the physicality, the physical aspect of domestic abuse is last. There's a whole lot that they do before they get into that space. Unless they just a batterer, okay? Then they set it off. They there from the rip. So, again, book your assessments or book assessment for others, and we could get that out there. You dig? Now, where we at with it? We got him. We got Sonia. All right. Yeah, man, we got who else? Oh, we gotta go back to the BBLs. Now, ironically, we just talked about it, right? Ironically, we just spoke about it. We spoke about the viral video of the young woman who said her sit-down air was funky. Her sit-down air was a mess, right? To where she noticed it. She was, oh, hold up. That's me? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Smelling like hot turkey butt. Yeah. So, once her, boyfriend or whatever told her, like, yo, hold up. Yo, that's you? She was like, yo, she knew that it was the BBL. And she gave a clinical explanation that the scar tissue was infected and, that caused complications. And complications, of course, if it's in your, if it's in your behind, anything that's back there, that's down there, that's usually the spot that has the most noticeable scent when it's not right. I mean, come on. We go there and waste comes out of there. You understand? If you eat something and it don't agree with your intestines, when it come out, it's gonna be something. If you're not the most hygienic person, it's gonna be something. So when you cut and insert or inject or whatever the hell they choose to thicken it, to fatten, of course, you're not going to maintain the same odor. You are playing in your DNA. You understand? You're taking something that's not natural and putting it in you. That's basic science. Yeah, but Dick Gregory is playing. He don't know what he talking about. We ain't gonna go there. Because doodoo don't come out there. Doodoo come out from the intestine. Doodoo ain't stored back there. So he was bugging out. Old ass. Listen, I'm just saying, when it comes to that, when it go off, it go off. That ain't like feet. That ain't like armpits. That ain't like breath. Your tail is tart, yeah. And the young woman was saying that it was so taut that her drawers was a mess. And she couldn't even do laundry. Because once she did the laundry, she put it in the dryer, the whole laundromat. It's like, yo, hold up. What's going on? Looking around like, yo, whole machine, the whole dryer. You got bounce running up out of the dryer like, yo, what's that? Oh, yeah. That's what these things do. Now, even in that video, you had women going crazy, defending it. No, you just don't know what you doing. Mine ain't like that, and this and that. Consistent because they've been conditioned to believe that it's all right. And they went so far as, and this is the quick update, they went so far as to report her video and got it taken down. They got her video taken down. They reported her video because it got so many views and because people started saying, yo, you know what? I did notice that. You know what? That is a thing. Okay? I remember when we was talking a couple of years ago in that mentally challenged rapper dude Blueface said that about Cardi B. Said a twerk one was a little woo, you know? People dismissed it. People dismissed it. Okay? Now, here we are. Years later, and finally somebody admitted it. Now, instead of people correcting it or correcting themselves, the women, because I didn't see any men in comments, no matter what video, no matter where I saw that video, none of the men was defending saying, nah, BBL booties don't stink. They don't have a scent. I never saw no man say that. Most of the men was in agreement with it. If you're a little tart, but you know, they nasty ass gonna stay with it anyway. They don't care. You dig? They don't care. You know, they'll smell some sour cheeks. Cause they nasty, the damn, some nasty sour cheeks ass eating dudes. They gonna do it. They're gonna do it. So, women got the video taken down because she was giving her truth about her cakes. They got offended. Now, in the course of that, we come across this terrible tragedy that came out of Miami. Terrible. Young girl lost her life. Lost her life after the procedure. Man, listen, see, Bliz, they are. Because again, we're dealing with people who have been beaten up, who have self-esteem issues, who have body issues, and not enough men being direct and saying that it don't matter. In all reality, it don't matter at all. If you a skinny buck 10, or if you a big, thick 190, 195, if your box ain't worth a damn, it ain't worth a damn. It ain't no BBL gonna correct it. All it does is give you some type of shape for clothes. That's it. That's it. It really don't. It really don't. Now, if it matters that much to certain men and the men that you're around, then that's a problem with them up here. They've been conditioned to believe in something that is falsehood. It is. That means them dudes you're around is kind of dense. So, now, in that space, and within this week, we come across a story of a 28-year-old who traveled with her sister, with the knowledge of her mother, to go to Miami to get a BBL. Not only did her mother know, and not only did her sister accompany her, they on live. Yeah, live. Okay, making a vlog of what? Of this journey to get a BBL with my sister, with the knowledge of my mother. Not only did this young girl have the knowledge of her mother and left with her sister, who also was going to get a BBL, she left her daughter, her infant daughter. Okay, let's go. Okay, yeah, because this is just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking that our women mental is like that. It's just damaging, and it's confusing because you're like, Really, what do our people believe in? I keep telling you what you believe, you manifest through action. So this woman, young girl, 28 years old, took her 19-year-old sister, both 19, to get a BBL. 19. Your body ain't even developed yet. 19, you ain't have a seed. At 19, I'm trying to even see if you even got a taste of eggplant yet. 19 and you going to get a BBL? Let's see. The unalivement of a young mother while at a post-surgery recovery house is now the subject of a police investigation. The woman's mother spoke out to investigators about what she believes happened to her daughter and is calling for change to prevent others from being hurt. The change, Mom, is with you. Should emphatically been against that. Okay? Let's continue. She said 28-year-old Monique Miller and her sister Kiera Barnes, 19, both traveled to Miami from Las Vegas to undergo cosmetic procedures at a plastic surgery clinic. Hours later, Monique died while staying at a home advertising as a post-surgery recovery house. Videos shared on social media documented the sister's journey to South Florida to undergo cosmetic surgery and recover together. Their mother, Wakila, says both women were excited about the trip. She said they paid $1,500 each to stay 6 nights at a business located on Southwest 4th Street, a recovery house. But Monique never made it home. Okay. As you see how troubling this is for me. Listen to the ages, man. 28 and 19. At 28 years old, the mother has no influence over her daughter. Now, again, people are going to speak as if somebody is grown, is, an adult. But you telling me just had a baby. I'm not watching this baby because I don't agree with what you're getting ready to do. You need to leave yourself alone and not take your 19-year-old sister with you. What? This is where our women are at. A mother. And from the ages, I would have to say the mother's younger than me. I can almost guarantee you that. Younger than me. Excuse me. Okay, I could almost bet that. Because I got a 19-year-old and a 31-year-old. Guarantee you that. Bet that. Especially with the name, Wakila. Guarantee she's younger than me. Guarantee you that. Okay? Now, Kiera, the young sister, told police somebody at the house gave Monique medication, which in most of the reports that they got from the spot was redacted in the report. She said once she got the medication, her sister went to sleep and never woke up. Okay, at first the response was she's fine, nothing is wrong. But once they realized that she had passed away, then it wasn't that they treated it like an emergency, but panic started to set in the location. Okay? At this time, the Miami-Dade medical examiner has not linked any medication to Monique's death. And investigators are said they were told that they are still working to determine the cause and manner of her unalivement. Because again, they got to do an autopsy and all this other stuff. All right? The attorney representing the woman who runs this recovery space, because now they're saying that the recovery space was illegal and that the sisters found this recovery space online. Okay? When asked about the recovery house and the details related to Monique's unalivement, they did not comment pending investigation. Okay? Previous reports on the growing number of unlicensed recovery houses operating in South Florida, is high. Law enforcement efforts to shut them down, and there's been calls for tougher laws. You dig? When police and fire rescue crews went to the location, operating as an illegal post-plastic surgery recovery home, they said they found Monique already unalived and showing signs of rigor mortis, as an indication that she had likely been unalived for hours. They described finding her as heavily bandaged, face down on a bed. To get your butt enhanced. Yo. For real? I'm just trying to figure this out as I'm watching out the corner of my eye Lizzo on Saturday Night Live, who looked like she done dropped 2 people off of her size. Okay? Lizzo, who, again, on her climb and on her rise, was big, clowned, but so confident that she showed every nook and cranny of her hiney. Okay? Every nook and cranny of her hiney. But we have other people who are small and little as Dej Loaf for somebody. Black women are gorgeous regardless of size, regardless of hiney or not, regardless of breasts or not. Trust and believe, regardless as if you are light as a light or as dark as midnight. Does not matter. It just doesn't. So for women to be going under the knife, knowing how dangerous that procedure is for something that's cosmetic, for a look. It's here. It's here. Right here. And I don't want y'all to keep talking about go to the gym, do squats. Squats are not gonna do it only. But I'm telling you right now, somebody who is frequently in gyms, those women are talking about getting BBLs as well. I've seen it. I've been in a space where I've seen somebody that was very thick, very round, okay? And she said she needed hips, so she wanted to get a BBL to, I mean, what? And by all accords, I'm telling you, any man from any nationality and background would see it and like, yeah, that's it. That's the bubble. And this chick is talking about going under the knife. I'm telling you, it's something up here that isn't right. It isn't operating. There's a glitch that you're going to lay down on a table. Most of y'all don't even like getting no gripper shots. You know that. Oh, ain't nobody going up in there. No, I ain't into that. But you'll lay down on the table and let somebody cut it open? Or inject and push and you bleeding all through the leg, and you ever seen the recovery on that? You can't sit down, you gotta lay in your stuff. Have you ever seen that? Most women's cycle drive them crazy every time it come through. My cycle coming, my cycle. But you gonna lay down and let some quack get the stuffing you with plastic or shooting you with silicone or what? Come on, what? Come on. So now, again, this isn't as viral as it should be, and it's not on, okay? Mass media broadcast news. It's not. It's not. Because it should be. It definitely should be. At a 28-year-old, and she, again, not the only young woman who lost her life. We had a nurse lose her life. We had several within this year alone. But Floyd Mayweather tell you could do it. He even invested in a large clinic in Miami to do breast enhancements and BBLs. And he promotes that shit every day on his Twitter. Yeah. And the club for you to shake it in. This is where we at. I'm just telling you. Yes, Sierra. Definitely. Natural's the way. Natural's the way. So now you go through all that. Almost get unalived on a table with a BBL. It smell. Shit got you, walking down the street. You're like, oh, damn. I know that can't be shorty with all that tail. So you get the enhancement. You got the big bubble. Okay? Boulder Creek in your pants. And you attract who? You attract some weirdo who's abusive. So now you got the big ass and you got somebody that's abusive. So you done shifted your whole trajectory. Everything went wrong. Because that's who likes those enhanced butts. Weirdos, abusers, tricks. You understand? So you got the big ass so you could go get beat up on. Because the average woman is not in the business. They're not in the industry. They're not doing videos. They're not None of that. You got these girls that are BBL getting girls and they nurses or they work for Amazon, you know what I'm saying? Or they cops. A lot of law enforcement, especially in New York, a lot of them got BBL, they COs, and you're like, what is that? You're not in that industry, so why did you go get it done? People don't even see you. You a cop, you got mad hours. So you got a BBL for what? Yup, school teachers as well, definitely. It's here. So again, I have to question, what information were you getting? What kind of nurturing were you getting as a young woman? Okay? From preteen to adolescence to make you believe that you needed to alter yourself. If it's the music, then we got to change that. But it can't only be that, because before it was popular music, women were going up under the knife. See, I know. I was around it. I saw it. I felt it. I saw it. Okay? This is a general space that women are in when they feel that they're not enough. Because what? Because they want what they believe others are getting, and they believe others are getting it because they look a certain way. Not knowing that they're not getting shit. See how they trick you? See how your mind get played with? I keep telling y'all to guard your mind. Guard your mind. Yeah, a lot of BBL cops. A whole lot of them. And a whole lot of, I'm telling you, a whole lot. You go to these gyms, you see it. Crazy. So please, if you have young girls under your guardianship, under your custodianship, under your care, let them know this. Oh, they are fine. Talk to them. You have to talk to them. You do. The only thing that really matters is that we loving ourselves. When you love yourself, now you can seek your purpose, and then you can manifest that. So you gotta love yourself before you can even think that you're gonna receive some type of love back. What you put out to the universe is what you get back. What you put out, you get back. Right? That's why consistently I put out good deeds. I put out work, not even thinking about it. If it come back, it come back, but I'm not looking for it. I put it out there. Okay, let me move. Let me keep moving. Let me keep informing. Let me keep teaching. Let me keep getting taught. That's what it has to be. But if you got a funky ass attitude, you miserable, you bitter, and you believe it's because nobody's rocking with you because of your look, and you go out there and spend and put your life in danger to get this look and think that it's going to come back. No. Now you just stinking bitter with a stinking bitter butt. You got a stink bitter butt to match your stink bitter attitude. What do you think the universe is going to give you? What the universe going to give you? Nah. That's what it is. Okay? So love yourselves, man. Women, please. Y'all need a whole class on that? For me to tell you how perfect you are and what really, really, really men look for? That's a whole different class. And It ain't a BBL, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. Nah, I ain't gonna tolerate nothing stink. Uh-uh. Hell no. Hell no. Especially not no cheeks. Mm-mm. Hell no. Mm-mm. You can't come around me. Mm-mm. What? Smelling like a rhino in a Serengeti at the goddamn water fountain shit. What do they call that? Little thing. What they call that? The drinking thing in the Serengeti. And all the rhinos come around and all the hippos and shit be in the water. Like that, can you imagine? Y'all keep talking that. Yeah, let's go back to Africa. Who that, Jamal? Yeah, the water hole. You got all them damn rhinos and hippos and alligators and goddamn gazelles. You imagine what that shit smell like? Hmm? Can you imagine what that shit smell like? Now you done got a BBL, so you got the big hippo ass. It smell like you been in the Serengeti grazing and shitting at the water hole. And they make sure that you accentuate that with the clothes. Because that's what it looked like when you got them big ass furry boots and tights and a jacket or something on, and somebody see you from the back, you look like a buffalo. A rhino. Big old silverback gorilla ass. And you got them furry boots on. So from the back, that's what they want you to look like. So they can clown you. That's what the old face put together. They can say, look at that. Yeah, all women don't have them big old asses. And now you smelling like a rhino because they done showed you that. They done told us. Shorty told us. She said, you can't sit down. Because when you sit down, you go, and that shit come up. You're like, oh, damn, that was me? Ooh. That was you. Now you're trying to figure out, well, what the hell did I eat? Nah, it ain't what you ate. Because that's in the bathroom. That's coming out of your intestines what you ate. Nah, and you sit down, like, oh, that's something you put in there. You let a doctor go up in there and change the natural order of things. See, so now your blood cells ain't moving around the way they're supposed to because it's interference there, right? So now something coming up out of your pores, out of your skin that's not supposed to be there. What the hell's the matter with y'all? Serious, what is wrong with you? But you won't let somebody do that. And they telling you it's recovery time. This ain't an accident where you need surgery to repair something. They call it shit cosmetic surgery because it's not needed. It's not needed. Do you understand that? Cosmetic surgery is not needed. And you putting it in a space that is delicate, tender. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta be smarter than that. Y'all gotta be smarter than that. You have to. I don't know, Nandi. I don't know if they gotta get it up there. I don't know because I don't care to study it. Man, if I even, I'm telling you, there are people who were natural and went up under the knife for something. Once I figure that out, or somebody say it, that's it. They don't get no attention. They get zero attention from me. Zero. So they got 1,000,001 followers. I find out it's 1,000,000. I'm gone. You went under the knife? You crazy. That's cheating. Nobody want that. Nobody want that. Nah. So I don't know if they got to get it updated. I don't know. I do know a lot of people are taking them out because their ass has a scent that is not pleasing. Right? All them years they kept talking about K. Michelle is K. Michelle, K. Michelle, K. Michelle. And she like, it ain't my box. It ain't my box. And it wasn't. It probably wasn't her box. It was that stink-ass BBL. Now she took it out. I don't know who dealing with her now, but ain't been no complaints since. You understand? Ain't been no complaints since. It probably wasn't her box. She probably was telling the truth. She probably was telling the truth. Nah, it ain't that. But she didn't want to come out because, again, what? The industry wanted people to have a certain look. She was a proponent for it. They wanted to push that on people. So now we know. Might not have been her box. It might have been her stank ass. And she just happened to have the money, the time, and the right people to get it out. Okay? Yeah. Who? Cubana Lust? Ain't she a crackhead? I ain't talking about she did what? Retracted her. She a crackhead. Cubana Lust? No, don't put her in the chat. No, don't talk about her. No. Yeah, she a crackhead smoke. She's smoking. She crunching. Yeah, now don't apologize. You just didn't know. Go look her up. Yeah. She crunching, sir. Mm-hmm. Man, she's crunching. Smoked out. Finished. She might have sold her BBL. Yeah. She might have sold it. Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. Look, an image. She was hot. Or what, for some, she was hot. But you see, the fall off be quick. They rise, they blow up. Everybody think they good. Nah. You be out of here. Next thing you know, you're like, yo, what happened? Oh, damn, she a crackhead. That same shit with everything. With everything. It was girls that was bad in high school. I'm like, yeah, you gonna head over heels and shit. Trying to talk to them. They got their little snotty ass attitude or want to talk. Yeah, look at them now. They finished. They see me, oh, damn, you looking good. You ain't. The fuck happened? Yeah. You was snotty, right? Uh-huh. Yeah. The fuck, what happened? What happened? Yeah. You did? Vincent, we must start a movement of creating a public database of those that perform cosmetic procedures and the business names. Why? Why? Let's be specific. Let's be specific. Why are we going to have a database? Why is that important? Because what are we going to do with the information? What we gonna do with the information? Okay, because it's another video that's going viral, and I didn't put it. I didn't believe that I was going to speak on it tonight. You know, I've been trying to make sure people are engaged and encouraged, and I don't want any of my videos not get uh, to get a long life. So I try to keep certain information up off of it because I know how they move. You understand? But there's another video going viral when these police are abusing these two young dudes. They slam Shorty on his face and all that, right? And people are triggered by it. People are highly triggered by it. Talking about police abuse and all that, and it's like 4 or 5 officers. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't get triggered by that anymore because I'm trying to get to a space where our people are understanding that, okay, they did that. But these police got badges. They got their names on it. They got the precinct and department right there in 2025. Why we don't have a database for that? In 2025, with all the scammers that we got, all these smart ass people that's hackers and all that, why y'all don't have these rogue officers' addresses in your palm? So y'all can see them before they get to the precinct and get to correcting them. Why are we gonna have a database for these plastic surgeons? Why? Because in all reality, these plastic surgeons wouldn't be doing these BBLs if it wasn't lucrative for them. Most plastic surgeons do corrective surgery, right? They may fix somebody with a cleft lip or somebody that's been in an auto accident or a fire or anything. So this BBL shit, this is a market. This is a need. This is something that they come in to ask for. You understand? So I'm trying to figure out, what are we gathering information for? Because if you're not willing to put in the necessary work, fuck you want to know for? What are we doing? I don't want to know nothing unless we can really put in that work. You don't have to worry about police that's already in uniform. Y'all fighting backwards. These dudes is in uniform, vests on, taser, guns, cars. They grouped up, they together. When are y'all gonna start meeting them in their bedroom? Before they get to the spotty spot. It's 2025. What y'all hustling backwards for? What's the information for? What are we doing? What are we doing? Our predecessors did that dumb shit. We supposed to be light years ahead of that. We've learned. What are you researching for? What are you reading for? What are you looking at the Panthers for? What are you doing? Gathering information. What are we doing looking at Malcolm? And they paved the way. They showed you what you needed to see at that time and what you needed to believe about these people. Now what? Now what? When people harming you, you get that work in. That's it. Oh, he racist, you pointing at. Oh, yo, those abusive cops, you pointing at them. And you don't keep doing it. Nah, man, y'all gotta, come on now. That shit is over. You in this class, those days are over. We not getting triggered by the bullshit. We putting in that work. That's it. If you're not willing to do that, this ain't the class for you. Move. This ain't it. I'm not alone. I am a part of something. I have co-defendants. I have people that are in here to get busy. We not talking. When it's go time, it's go time. You're acting like these people ain't nobody. They not. They're just doing what you don't, which is stay disciplined, stay organized, and they are putting it in. That's it. You can do the exact same thing. Yes, you can, but your mind is fucking cloudy. You don't have your mind right. Your mind ain't right. And if your mind ain't right, your body not gonna move. So get the mind right, man. That's all this class is about. You have to know who your enemy is. You have to know your value. And then you can set goals that are attainable for us to be liberated. You can't do none of that shit when your mind is cloudy, when you're scared, when you have a perception of these individuals. That's it. These a cosmetic doctor? Niggas ain't no threat. Ain't no threat. These chicks is going to get BBLs because they want it. They want it. Because I ain't tell you to get it. I never seen nobody say, go get a BBL. Ron Robertson, much appreciation for the war effort. Damn, I said that was the first time I said that tonight. Much appreciation. Yeah. Nah, we don't do that. We learn from that. We learned what we need to learn. If you didn't, again, I don't want to jump the gun. Some of our people have a true lack of knowledge and understanding of the Black Power movement. Some of them are not aware of it. So then we have to teach that. We have to educate that. I get it. But there's enough of us who know, who witnessed, who watched, and are in a certain space or claim to be in a certain mental space. So then you shouldn't be getting triggered. And if you are, that's why I say y'all need anger management. You have to get anger management because that is when you're an effective soldier. You are effectively militant. Because then you're not going to worry about the little tit for tat things that they do. That's that tit for tat bullshit that they do. When you seeing them slamming black boys on their face, when you seeing them harassing people, when you're seeing them be extra brutal. Okay? Come on now. It's difficult for me to be triggered because if I was really that angry and that upset, I would go off them. Off, head off, clean, boom, out of here. That's how you move when you are really, really sick and tired of being sick and tired. You get that work in. So I come to the realization that our people are not as angry as they profess to be. They're not. They don't have leaders who are as angry as they profess to be. There's a lot of hummer stunting going on. There's a lot of fronting going on. There's a lot of loving the oath and loving our position going on. Either that or they just ignorant. They just dumb. Because there's no way that I'm going to be that upset and not be in a position to get it in. Johnny, what's going on? You can't be afraid of that because you don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. We still lack that understanding of what it is to transition. We lack the understanding of what it is to die, to transition. We don't know what that's about. You believe you do. You don't know that. I don't believe they're afraid to transition. I don't believe they are afraid to meet their demise. I believe that they are afraid to kill, that they are afraid to unalive their enemy. That's what they're afraid of. That little coward shit that's up in their chest. You can't be afraid. They can't. I don't believe that they're afraid to die. Because they do shit that could cause their demise every day. I see people speeding when they drunk. I see people speeding in the rain. I see people playing a whole lot of games. I see people banging in the street, gang banging and all that. I see all things that could bring about certain death that people do, that black people do every day. They're not scared to die. Nah, it's a false narrative. I see people do it all the time. They afraid to knock their enemy up out of here. That's what they scared of. That's what they fear. They fear the responsibility of taking care of themselves for real. They fear the responsibility of being accountable to each other and standing upright. Exactly. Scared of freedom. Because they don't know what it looked like. They haven't seen it. So that's what they scared of. That's what they scared of. So as a leader, as an educator, what must we do? We must get rid of that fear. We must knock that fear up out of them in order to be on that path. We have to be the best coaches. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. We got to be the best coaches. I got to be the John Chaney, the John Thompson of this shit. Got to be. Got to coach you along that path to show you your skill set. That's it. But it's difficult. It's very difficult because this isn't basketball. This isn't football. This isn't a sport. This is getting some people. This is getting someone and hitting them here and here to believe in themselves. And that's a difficult task because I don't get supported in it. I'm always told that it can't happen. You understand? It's deep. It's very deep to get people to love themselves, to get people to believe in themselves. I mean, shit, to be honest, the Bible don't tell them to love themselves. The Quran don't tell them to love themselves. The Torah don't tell them to love themselves. So who am I to teach them that? Who am I to say that? Who am I to encourage that? Okay? So I know what I'm up against. I know what I'm not foolish. I learned from the best. I've witnessed the best. I know what I'm up against. And that's deep, ain't it? Who this black man think he is to tell us to love ourselves, to tell us that we can be liberated? Who the hell he think he is? I ain't giving him shit. That's what I'm up against on a regular basis. I'm going to watch these dudes because they talk about bullshit. And they're more entertaining because I got colors and shit when they are talking. They got microphones, they got cameras, they got all this other weird shit going on. They got callers, they got all this other weird shit. I'm going over there. He's crazy. He want me to love myself. Okay? Yeah. That's where we at with it. All right? But it doesn't matter what your perception is, what their perception is. I know I got a job to do. I got a task. I have a mission. Okay? So it doesn't matter. That is the true educational process of a liberator. It doesn't matter what they, it don't. It only matters what me, what I know, what I believe, what I manifest. I have to make it happen. You dig? Yeah. So, in that note, shit, it's after 1, almost 1:30, damn it. And in that case, I got to move. I got to move. Yeah, it's almost 1:30. Look at it. Look at the time. Look how long we've been on. And again, another class. Another class. And again, I can only hope that it has invigorated that militant space in your soul. That's all I could do. So make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Make sure you come back to class safe with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Classroom assistants, much appreciation for holding it down. As always, Molly, much appreciation for funding the war effort. You dig? Keep coming back. Everybody keep coming through. If you new subscriber, this is what we about. We laugh, we chuckle, we giggle from time to time, but we are deadly serious about making sure melanated people live out our potential to be greater every passing minute. That we have the opportunity to plot. That nobody is behind us. That we can get the necessary work in. There is absolutely nothing to fear. We got to get it in. Okay? That's what we do here. So we look at things from everywhere and from all angles. All right? Remember that. Remember, I don't know what else y'all got going on social media. It ain't this. It ain't this. Trust that. Okay? Now remember, all my truckers out there. Let that horn roar. Get to your destination safely. If you got that cat shit in your eye, pull over to the side. Don't drive. And stay away from them rest stop dots. Damn it, leave them alone. My paperwork good. I hope your paperwork is good too. We ain't got time for none of that. Okay? No time for none of that. And whatever you got, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. I don't care what you're selling, whether it's music, whether it's money. Listen, independence. Own your labor. Build with each other. Get with each other, because at any time, this shit could get shut down. Then where you won't be. Find your tribe. Let's build and make these things do what they're supposed to do. Our predecessors didn't have this. They couldn't share information from each other like this. Remember, it took them 2 weeks to type up paper. Boom, boom, get it printed up. Xerox it, doing all this shit. And they did much more than we are doing now with an instant press of a button. They did much more. All right? So again, much appreciation for coming through. All right, I'm going to see all y'all next class. And if you need help, get the help. If you know somebody else that needs help, get the help for them. Okay, DV is real. All right? And stay away from them BBLs, girls, please. Please, you don't want nothing to disturb the aura of that space. You don't want nothing to disturb the aroma. Madeline Campbell, much appreciation for the war effort. Yeah, you don't want nothing to mess with that aroma. That's supposed to be sweet. Don't ruin it by letting somebody play around in it. Okay? Nah, lady, nah. Don't do that. Cancel BBLs. That's a hashtag. Cancel BBLs. Okay, just like we said, cancel all celebrities. That's a new hashtag for us. Cancel BBLs. Ladies, it don't enhance the box none, then it ain't worth it. Damn it, please. Let it go. 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.